Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot. I hope that you're all well. I hope that you're better than me. Anyway, I don't know whether you can hear, but my voice is hoarse and deeper than it is normally. I've got such a sore throat and a bit of earache and a headache and feel really quite grim actually. I've spent the last 2 or 3 years just feeling really good about myself because I managed to avoid all of the COVID bugs and everything really, and I've now come down finally with something. So I've had it for 3 or 4 days, so I hope that it'll be on its way out soon. But anyway, I wanted to do this video because I prepared it. I wrote a few notes for it a few days ago. And it's an easy one really because it's just reading from some notes. And today the video is a hashtag from, it's called Tarot Tube 13 Questions. And it's a VR to Atypical Tarot, who I discovered recently. I think I saw this video first on Lady Knight of Avalon, who then obviously made me have a look at Atypical Tarot, which is a fab channel, so I'm really pleased that I found him. So anyway, I've also burnt my fingers this morning as well. I'm having a really bad morning. I somehow thought that that wouldn't be hot. There's a little candle in there and I touched the top of it and I've managed to burn my fingers as well. So. But anyway, so this is 13 questions. These are 13 Tarot Tube questions. And I just thought it would be a bit of fun to do. I really enjoyed watching the other videos. Like, as I said, I've only watched Lady Knight of Avalon and Atypical Tarot so far. I don't know whether anyone else has done this tag. But anyway, question number 1 is my favourite videos to watch, and that's easy really. It's just anything that's a kind of deep dive, I suppose. I like deck studies, I like discussions, rambles, rants, philosophical chats, yeah, anything that causes me to think, I suppose, and reflect. That's what I enjoy. And just recently I've started watching more sort of witchy type videos, which I've really enjoyed. I don't consider myself hugely witchy, but I suppose am at the same time. I used to be much more so. I used to practice all kinds of parts of the craft really. I've always been, I suppose, what I consider to be a green witch, if anything, or a kitchen witch maybe, even, as I enjoy that kind of thing. But just recently I saw a video, oh, and I can't remember her name. I think she's one of my channels in my channel list, but she talked about different types of witches, and she described herself as a Jungian witch, or a sort of archetypal witch. And I quite like the idea of that really, because that's something that I resonate strongly with. I always have done since I was about 20, I suppose, when I was studying to be a student nurse. Excuse me, I think I'm burping now as well. I'm in a shocking state of affairs today. Yeah, I read all of most of Jung's works, Carl Jung's works in my younger days, and just fell in love with that whole thing. So, so yeah, really anything that's a sort of philosophical, deep dive, rambly, deck study. I like watching people talk about their experiences with cards, I guess, with readings and with different decks of cards. Anyway, question number 2 is my favourite videos to film. And they would be VRs these days, video responses, I guess, like this. I just think it's so nice to be able to talk about all aspects of tarot and spirituality, and to share those things with other people. So again, anything thought-provoking, deep dives, deck studies. I've really enjoyed doing like a month with a certain deck recently. I do still enjoy reading the cards on occasions, and I think I probably will do a bit more of that this year, but I've been in sort of conflict and struggle with that since I started my channel 18 months ago, because I started off just doing tarot readings mainly, and over time it just didn't feel authentic. I think I started to feel like I was just telling a story, because obviously I'm just reading for a collective, for a general energy, and while I enjoy doing that, that's not the same at all as reading for an individual and reading for a specific person. So so I've kind of struggled with that, because, you know, I'd like to think that I'm an authentic person, that I'm quite genuine, and I'm here for genuine reasons, to try and help people, to give people things to think about and reflect upon. So I'm not sure how I'll go forward with tarot card readings in the future, but I think I will still do them sometimes, maybe even a pick a card reading now and again, or a themed reading of some kind, just because it's one of the few opportunities I get to get a lot of my decks out, really, and kind of play with them, I suppose. You know, when you read for yourself all the time, it's not always easy to get such clarity when it's yourself, because obviously I procrastinate a lot, so it's quite hard for me actually to just trust my intuition. Sometimes when it's about myself, it's much easier to trust my intuition when it comes to reading for other people. So so yeah, there we go. So question number 3 is my least favourite videos to watch, and that's easy really. It's just those kind of videos where people just do a flip through of a deck, you know, they're just, the camera's on the table and they just have some music in the background, or they don't talk, or they say very minimal things about the cards, they don't express any opinions. And you know, I might watch those kind of videos occasionally if I'm thinking about buying a new deck, but on the whole, I want to hear people's thoughts. I want to hear what people are thinking about those cards. I like depth. Question number 4 is my favourite part of the tarot community, and that's easy. I mean, I just love the engagement, really. I think that it's just truly wonderful to be able to share my thoughts and feelings with a group of kind of like-minded people, some fantastic people, some fantastically creative, intuitive, intelligent, beautiful souls that I would not normally ever meet or talk to. So for me, that's most definitely why I'm here and why I'm doing what I'm doing. Question number 5 is my least favourite part of the tarot community, and that's difficult really, because I think that other than the kind of fraudsters, or the people, not fraudsters, are they? I don't know what they are, but these people that come on and they read the cards and they're very dramatic, and you know, the titles of their videos are clickbait. They're designed to get people to watch them. You know, that's quite offensive to me. I don't like that at all, because that's, you know, that's obviously purely about money, isn't it? And I would imagine that most of us here with our channels on TarotTube, we're not doing this for money. We're doing it to be creative and to share and to be part of a community. So So I don't like that. And I think also sometimes it can feel a little bit cliquey. There are some little groups I've noticed of people that comment a lot on each other's videos, but they don't tend, yeah, it's a little bit cliquey. I think that's all I want to say, because I don't want to sit here and sit in judgment of anybody at all, really, because we're all here doing our thing. But yeah, possibly a bit cliquey, but you know, cliquey is, you get cliquey in society wherever you are, don't you? So it's just a part of things. Question number 6 is, what motivated me to start my channel? And so my channel has been here for just over 18 months now, I think. And really what it was that I had gone through some enormous changes in my life. I'd finally decided that I needed to stop working as a mental health nurse, that I just couldn't do it anymore. I was running to stand still, and I was unwell and unhappy a lot of the time. Around that time, I also left a long-term relationship, which was something that I needed to do. And I suddenly found myself, you know, after 25 years really of being a mum and a nurse and a partner and all of these things, I suddenly found myself here in my little bungalow, living alone, and having all this time and energy really. And I just thought, well, tarot has been an enduring passion all my life, but most of my life I felt really frustrated because I just couldn't spend the time with it that I wanted to. You know, my decks, the few decks that I had before I started this channel, had all got put away in a cupboard and they rarely came out, and I was feeling really sad about that. So I think really this last year and a half of having my channel has been a total healing journey for me. It's this channel has brought meaning back into my life, purpose back into my life. I've met some wonderful new people. I have a very good friend that is interested in tarot, but that's really the only person. You know, my family support me with this and they're very open-minded, but they don't have any interest in tarot or spirituality in general, I guess. So this was a much needed platform for me to express myself and to heal and to recover and to find meaning in my life, I think. So question number 7 is, who inspires me on YouTube? And that is just so many people. If you've looked at my channel, you'll see that I've got my subscribed channels public, so you can see who I'm subscribed to, and it changes all the time. I wouldn't want anyone to think that just because they're not on my list that I don't watch their videos, but people sort of come into my channel list and leave and come back and leave, depending on how I feel really. But I think, yeah, I don't want to name any names of anybody, but I think you probably know who you are because I will comment on your videos quite a lot if I admire you. So I think, what did I write in my notes? I think I just love anybody who is authentically themselves, somebody that's passionate, somebody that's knowledgeable, somebody who's got a bit of life experience, somebody who appears wise to me in some way. Yeah, so anybody really that I think is authentic, that's not here for the numbers, for the subscribers, for the likes, for the money, I guess. And I think I've also realised that in my 18 months here that there is an awful lot of the tarot community that suffers with mental health problems and is also non-neurotypical, so they're perhaps on the spectrum somewhere, or they have ADHD or something like that, really. And I'm discovering that there are a great deal of very like-minded people out there, and I just think that's fantastic, really. I'm so pleased to feel part of that. Question number 8 is the number one thing you would change about YouTube or the YouTube community. Excuse me. Currently, I don't really know. I think there's a lot of things I would change about YouTube as a whole, as an organisation, but the Tarot Tube community, I don't think so. I think the only thing that really does offend me is, like I said, these people that have clickbait videos, and they're here clearly for the money and to take advantage of people. You know, they're people that probably have studied people, and do you know, my brain is on go slow today. What do I want to say? People who know how to manipulate other people and suck them in, if you like. I think I really don't like that. But what is there to be done about that? You know, everybody is here doing their own thing, and it's up to us whether we watch or not, isn't it? You know, I always think, you know, I'm very British and we vote with our feet. So if you don't like something, you just don't take part in it. So question number 9 is the number one advice you would give to anyone starting a new Tarot Tube channel. And I think I learned so much over the last 18 months, really. I think the number one thing I would say to people is don't take it too seriously to start off with. Have fun, be creative, be authentic, do things that you would normally do at home by yourself or with other people at home. Don't try to project this kind of persona of yourself onto the screen. Just try to be yourself. I think that that's really important. Don't worry about views, likes, subscribers. Don't worry about all those kind of things, because I really do believe that if you persevere with this and you are authentic, you will find your own group of people, you know. I think it's also important to establish right from the beginning, if you can, whether you are trying to run your channel as a business, whether that be a little side hustle or your main income, or whether you're doing it for pleasure, because that really will direct your channel and where it goes in the future. So question number 10 is, what do you like about YouTube as a whole? Well, I love YouTube. I just love YouTube. It's my main source of viewing of anything, really. I don't pay for a TV license here in the UK, so I don't have an aerial plugged into my TV. So I can't watch any of the main channels like BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, Channel 4, all of that business. I find the BBC really just propaganda, and yeah, I don't watch it at all, really. So yeah, I watch tons of stuff on YouTube. I love true crime. I love anything mysterious. I think between tarot, true crime and mysterious sort of things about, I really like cryptozoology. I like anything supernatural, anything mysterious, I guess. I think they're the channels. I also, I don't know whether you might have realised about me over time, but I'm not a person that I would consider that sort of just follows the herd, if you like. I have my own opinions about life, and I guess some people would call me a conspiracy theorist, but I'm a truth seeker. I like to research and understand things. I don't just take what mainstream media tell me and believe it, which is why I don't watch a lot of mainstream TV. I do watch a lot of box sets and bits and pieces. I love things like Game of Thrones and, you know, crime dramas on the TV, but I certainly don't watch any reality shows or any of that nonsense. Not on YouTube either. So yeah, I think I've answered that. Question number 11 is, what deck or divination tool do you use alone and you don't show on YouTube? Well, that's quite easy. The only deck I've got that I've never shown on YouTube, or I haven't done since the very beginning when I didn't have many decks, is my old trusty Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is, oh, how old is that now? That might be 35 years old. It was my very first ever deck, and I don't use it to read for anybody else anymore. I haven't done for quite a long time. But that's about it, really. Question number 12. What deck do I want but won't buy because I don't support the creator or the publisher? Well, that's very difficult because there are very few decks that if I like them, I would be influenced at all by the creator. If I like the deck, I like it. If it resonates, it resonates. But I think the only one that springs to mind really is the Thoth, I think I've said that right, Thoth Tarot by Crowley. I really actually quite like some of the artwork on that deck. It does speak to me sometimes. But I've read quite extensively about Aleister Crowley and who he was and what he was involved in, and I just can't bring myself to buy that deck or study that deck in any way, shape or form. You know, there's so many gorgeous decks that do resonate that I'm just not going there. So there's that one, I guess. And the last question, question number 13, is what has been the most memorable experience as being part of TarotTube? And I was sitting thinking about this and I thought, well, there's been a few moments actually. I mean, I think, you know, when I hit 500 subscribers, I was really chuffed about that because I just didn't, I don't know, I suppose I lack confidence really, so I just wasn't expecting that. And my channel is heading towards 1,000 subscribers now, and I know I've said earlier in this video don't worry about subscribers, but I suppose we do need some kind of validation of our efforts in some ways, and your subscribers is part of that, isn't it? But I think the biggest thrill that I've had in the past 18 months was discovering that my channel was listed on the favourite channels of people that I admire. Excuse me. So yeah, people that I'd been watching for a few months and I really admired myself. And then one day I discovered that actually they had subscribed to me. I was so chuffed about that. I remember one day somebody left me a comment and said that they'd really enjoyed one of my videos and that they were binge watching the rest. And I just can't tell you how pleased I was about that, because I binge watch people's videos all the time, and I do that, you know, obviously only for people that I really get and people I really like and admire. So that for me was like, it was almost a little bit of like, well, I'm part of something now. I'm part of something. So yeah, there we go. There's my 13 questions. I've got through those fairly quickly, and my voice didn't give out. So I hope you enjoyed that. Do leave me a comment about your views and your thoughts. I would love to hear. As I said, my main reason for being here is to be part of a community of like-minded souls. So please do comment on my video and tell me your thoughts about this subject. And yeah, I think I should be back when I feel better. I've got a few decks to review that I bought, that were bought for me for Christmas. So I will be back quite soon with that. And I've also got some other VRs lined up and some more in my Learn Tarot video series. I think we're up to numbers 3 and 4 in that. But yeah, so I do hope you enjoyed that, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon. Happy New Year, everybody, because I don't think I will be doing another video before the New Year, which is tomorrow here in the UK. And I think once I've uploaded this video, I shall be getting back in bed. and probably binge watching yet more YouTube. So yeah, enjoy yourself. Have a lovely New Year wherever you are. I hope that you're happy and healthy, and I shall see you again soon. Thank you.